We are halfway through 2024. I can't believe that, but here we are, and it's time for me to talk about what I'm doing with my planners for the rest of the year. When we get to June and July, I like to sit down and kind of evaluate how my planning is going, what is working for me, what isn't. Do I like what I'm using? Can I tweak anything? It's just a good time to just figure that stuff out so that you have a productive rest of the year. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about reasons you may want to switch things up in July, and then why I'm switching a few things in July. I'm going to show you everything I'm doing. First things first, I just want to mention, just because you see people on social media switching up planners, using new planners halfway through the year does not mean you need to do so. If you have planners that are working for you, or if you're on a limited budget, don't feel pressured to switch things up. It's okay to keep a planner from January to December every single year. I'm lucky in that I have options at my disposal because I get sent planners for free, but not everyone does. So if you're in that category and you're thinking, should I buy a new planner? Really only consider purchasing a new planner if something's really not working for you. So that's the first reason you might want to switch. Say you're someone who started a new layout at the beginning of the year, one you haven't used before, or you're someone who's new to planning in general. You tried a certain layout, say you tried, the vertical, and you just couldn't figure out how to use it properly. It just didn't feel like the right fit for you for your particular planning needs. You may want to consider switching layouts and trying something new to see if that works better. Planning is all about tweaking things as you go. Maybe some people find planner peace. I've never actually found planner peace because I'm always looking at how things are working for me and trying to figure out how I can change them up to make more sense for what I need. It's a matter of trial and error. And I've been doing this for 6 years now, and I'm still every year kind of reevaluating how it's going and figuring new things out every time. And also throughout the years, or even throughout 1 year, your needs might change. You might get a new job, or you might have a baby, or you might get married or move to a different area where you need different things in your planner. So you might want to add in an extra planner for certain situations like wellness or whatever, or just tweak your planner to work for you in your new situation. So that's another reason. Also, there's new cute planners coming out all the time. And if you're someone who really saw something that caught your eye and wanted to buy that and start fresh in July, totally cool. If you have the money for that, go for it. Even if your planner is working for you, sometimes it's good to switch things up midway through the year just to avoid being in a planner slump. Because sometimes I will fall off using my planner, and just doing a refresh, changing things up. Maybe you want to change up the covers or the discs or put in whole new planners in your lineup. Just doing that can sometimes give you the motivation to keep going and keep writing in it. In July, I always feel kind of like a surge of motivation because of that. Whenever I have planners that are expired at all, I always save the discs, I save the covers, and I save the dividers. So that halfway through the year, if my planner's working for me just fine, but I want to give it a new look, I can do that. So you might consider, even if everything's working, just make it, cuter or just something new to spark your interest again. Also, every year, a bunch of July start planners come out with back to school releases. So you might be one of those people who always use July start planners, in which case you have to switch it up in July. Okay, enough of that. I'm going to talk about my own situation and what I'm doing. So first off, we have my reading journal. This is an Archer and Olive bullet journal, and I'm going to keep using this. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to be doing I haven't filled out the rest of May and June yet, so I'm going to be doing another update for this probably in July sometime. I don't do it every month because I like to print out these little pictures only every once in a while, because then I can fit them all on one sheet and not waste sticker paper. And so that's why I do it every 2-3 months. Anyway, I'm going to be keeping this, and I am going to be keeping this until it's filled up. And that's going to be a long time, because it ends here for this year. So I could be using this for another like 8 years, but I'm going to keep using this one. I'm not going to switch this at all because I hate like wasting. I don't want to have one book for a year. I want to just keep going and make a new yearly cover page and keep going in the same journal. I think it would be really fun. Why is this not working? Okay, I think it would be really fun to have a reading journal that covers many, many years of reading. And it's just really fun to look back on. So that's what I'm doing with that. Next, let's talk about my daily planner. So in the beginning of the year, you might have seen that I bought a simplified daily planner. And I think it's super cute. I really like it. But functionally, it's not working for me. And I kind of regret buying this. I had used this a previous year, and I kind of forgot that I had used it and not liked it. So I could have saved myself some money, but here we are. I have been using it, except I've fallen off the last couple months because I'm not liking it. This is my work planner, by the way. This is what I use for work, but I'm using like scratch paper for lists and stuff. I don't use like a full regular weekly planner for my work just because I'm also using Asana Online, which is a productivity software program. And the combination of the digital and the paper is really working for me until it didn't. Anyway, I'm going to show you an example of what I do in here. First, let me show you the blank pages. This is what they look like. And so you have, and this might work for a lot of people, by the way. I think this is a really nice, high quality planner. You have hourly blocks over here, and then your to-do list here, and then a note section. Okay, so I like that you have all three. I also like how simple it is, which is why I got it. And the paper is really nice quality. It feels really good. It writes very well with minimal ghosting. Like you can see, I wrote on here. Nice handwriting, huh? And then you can barely see it through here. So the paper quality is nice. The problem I have with this, and I think I touched on this in January, is that the sections here are small. The to-do list section, I just don't write that small. Like I showed you, I write really messy in here. And this is what I would typically do on like a regular day. The reason I'm not showing it all to you is because some things are brand related that I can't show. And like I don't want to do anything wrong. You can see there were a lot of days in May, like since I haven't used this much since April. So you can see sometimes I was using the hourly, but I most of the time did not because the to-do list area is so small that I kind of took over the whole thing. And sometimes I would write all the way across the lines on the whole page. And I just felt like it wasn't big enough section here, and it annoyed me that it was so short. So that's the problem I ran into. I was using the whole page as like a blank page and ignoring the lines a lot of the time, which got to be kind of annoying. Like, look at this. This is typical. Just kind of messy and like all the way across. So I decided rather than force it and try to use this for the rest of the year, I decided to try something new. And I'm going to show that to you now. I've heard great things about Hemlock and Oak planners, so I did contact the company a few weeks ago and asked them if they wouldn't mind sending me one of their daily planners for me to switch to. This is not a paid collaboration. This was just an exchange because I really wanted to try this. And they were very, very nice. They're a small company, and I have to say, first of all, they answered me right away. Like, it was so quick that they got back to me, which is unusual. Typically brands sometimes make you wait a little bit, but they got back to me right away. They were very, very nice. And they asked me like which planner I wanted. And they told me they were going to send me some extra goodies with it. So that's what I have here. I did peek at it, but I wanted to keep everything in the box. So First, let's show you the extra goodies they sent me. This is the planner. It's very heavy. So we have some stickers. Let's check those out. Some little square check boxes, and then these say reminder, appointment, errands, work, meeting, and then these say appointment and due. Very minimal, very nice. And then, oh, thank you, friend. You're absolutely wonderful. How sweet is that? That's so cool. Okay. This says weekly stickies. Okay, so it's a sticky note pad, it looks like. Nice. These are perforated, so you can take each one off if you want. Like, you can rip them apart, but it's Monday through Sunday. And then this is priority flow. This is also a notepad. This says right now, right after, later, urgent, later, not urgent, and brain dump. Nice. Okay, let's take a look at the planner. So this is a 12-month planner. It did start in January. That's what we're doing. It's 120 GSM paper, and it's made in Canada. Okay, cool. So I have hesitated to have a bound book just because I was afraid it wouldn't lay flat to write on. So we're going to see. I will say that the simplified planner with that big coil, that coil thing, got in my way, and it was annoying. And opening and closing, sometimes it would catch, you know, so that got annoying. But the paper is 80 pound, and it is 6.625 inches by 8.875 inches. So I love how simple it is and pretty. They came in several colors. I chose the green. I thought it was very natural looking. It's made out of recycled paper, and you can see the little dots. Okay, here's the cover page. The mighty oak was once an acorn that stood its ground. I love that. It has a little index there. 2024 planning. Okay, you have spaces for each month. A little quote, success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. Here we have a list of holidays, a page that says important, and then this is the monthly. I like this because it's bigger. Let me get that other planner again. I just want to compare these because the pages do feel definitely bigger. Like, the book itself doesn't much, but the monthly's definitely bigger. So I like that. If you look at the monthly blocks here versus here, you get so much more space to write. That being said, I haven't been using the monthly because I've been using Asana for the monthly, but it's nice to have. And you can see, like, okay, right away, let's look at the difference. Right away, I see that I have such a bigger area for to-do lists. Here, it's like, let's measure it. I know. If you don't care, you can fast forward to see what else I do. So this is 2.5 inches to write in, and this is over 4 inches. So it's way bigger and more space to write, which I adore. And then here, it's actually not much smaller, but it is a little bit smaller because I don't feel as though your schedule and your to-do list should be the same size, because your schedule is definitely, you don't have to write, you know, as much on that, and you can abbreviate and stuff. The to-do list is where it all happens, right? At least in my opinion. So, but I do love that the time blocks are there, because if I do want to do time blocking, which I want to get back into, and I was doing for a while this year, it's there for me if I need it, right? So up at the top, we have a focus block and then intentions. And then, of course, your schedule and your to-do list. The only thing I would change is I wish the graph area was a little bit lighter, just because it really is pretty prominent, but it's not horrible. I just wish it were slightly lighter. Down here, it looks like you have the week numbers here for the week. Oh, look, there's a little tiny heart down here for like a heart health thing. I wonder if that's for like what that's for. I don't know what that's for. Some sort of health thing. I guess you can use it for what you want. I guess I'd probably use it for steps if I was using this for like my regular planner, but I don't know. So that's it. That is the whole thing. You're going to get some little quotes here and there. Also, I guess this is like the phases of the moon, which isn't really important to me, but yeah. So let's test the paper while I'm here, just because I haven't yet, and I might as well. Let's write on January 1st, since it's already passed. I'm going to write with my usual pen, which is a 𝘬𝘮 0.38. To do, I'm just going to write film July lineup video. So the space is actually really nice, and I like how there's room between the blocks so that in case you're writing taller or bigger, also just to separate it, like let's separate it. Edit July video. Do you see how it's nice? There's like a nice space between it. I really like how this is. Now let's see if it bled through. No. I don't even see, I can barely see that. In fact, this paper's better than the simplified planner, because I really, in my opinion anyway, because I really can't see that. What I'm going to do though is take a mild liner and highlight it in case you're someone who uses highlighters, just to see how that would be. I'm going to use a green. That's good, you guys. I don't know if you can tell. Like, you can sort of see that maybe this is darker and that's darker, but honestly, it's not bad at all. It's really not. I'm a fan, Hemlock and Oak. I like it. I can't wait to use this. And it has a ribbon so that you can, you know, save your place. Let's see what's in the back. Anything? The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Robert Frost. I like it, and this feels very, very nice. And it's simple looking, very minimal. I'm a fan already. I'm so excited about this. So let me know in the comments if you've ever used a Hemlock and Oak, but I really like it so far. So I'll update you guys on how it's going as the year goes on. Next, let's talk about my journal. So if you saw in the beginning of the year, I started using a Happy Notes notebook that I made myself. So basically I just took a Happy Planner cover and discs, and then I put blank lined paper in here. And instead of using a planner with blocks and everything for my journal or a guided journal or anything, I just decided to do a bullet journal type thing with blank paper. My original plan was going to be like every month I was going to do this overview, this monthly overview page. January turned out super cute, like shows I watched, most exciting thing that happened, books I read, sponsors for work, my obsession, like little things that happened, goal of the month. I love that. I love the idea of having monthly pages for memory planning, kind of. But then my life kind of fell apart again. So I was using it in January, right? Like using it. And then February hit. And then Mike and I broke up, and then about 3 weeks later, Allie moved out of the house too. So they both moved out of the house. And I kind of fell into like a little depression and was just not in the mood to write, like at all. I just didn't want to write. So we did not do well. That is 1 week I did, but we didn't do well. Obviously, I didn't want to write on the Valentine's Day one. We decorated a little bit, and a month later, I lost this page. Yeah, okay. So it's just not, it hasn't been good, but I'm back at it now. The problem is I have not been doing like the monthly pages or anything. And the goal was to have a monthly theme. And you can see in January, I started that. It was going to be light blue, all the spreads. That was fun for me. The February one was going to be all hearts. You know, this one had hearts on it, but it just fell apart from there. And then I just started doing whatever I want. I go from this Paris spread to a bread spread to a stitch spread to this week. But I'm going to keep using this. I really considered going to a guided journal, but I do love creating these spreads. Like this spread that I did this week, I find it so rewarding to start out with blank pages and then like create something out of it. And I just loved this one so much. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to keep doing that this year. And whether I do monthly pages or not, whether I do a theme or not, I'm kind of leaning towards not doing the theme. It's still, and whether I skip pages or not, it's okay as long as I just keep doing it as much as I can do it. And I like the blank pages a lot, so I'm going to keep this up. And I'm also going to keep these discs because they're clear, and I absolutely love clear discs because it goes with anything at all. But what I'm going to do though is switch up the cover because I'm kind of sick of it. I really like this cover. I think it's beautiful, but I want something new. I do have this planner from Happy Planner, and I think it's so cute. It's that Happy in Paris theme. It says life is lovely. I just think it's a really pretty cover, so I'm going to just switch up the covers. Again, just for a little refresh. I think it's fun to switch up covers. Some people do it every month. I'm too lazy for that, so I only do it every like 6 months usually. And sometimes I only do it every year, but I just like doing that sometimes. Like I said, I always save all the covers, and covers are so easy to switch. And yeah, it just packs a big punch when you switch it up like that. So I have a cute little new journal. Okay, so that's my journal. Let's move on to my catch-all planner. And I'll probably do a flip through of from January to June in my planners. I almost always do that every year, so that'll probably be coming too. This cover is from Live Love Posh, and I will try to remember to link this for you. It's nice and squishy. I really, really like this. I think I'm going to keep using this cover for the rest of the year. So I started out this year using the dashboard layout. I had switched from a big vertical Happy Planner for the last 5 years to a classic dashboard layout Happy Planner. That was a big switch for me. The reason was I just felt like I needed this side. The main reason was I needed a to-do list in my spread. At first, it was working for me. And then as the year went on, I did fall off a little bit in my regular planner too. I did not use it every single week. You can see, like, I did decorate some weeks and didn't use it. But then I did get back to it in April, I guess. I think I've been using it since April. It's really functional for me in that I have a to-do list. I also liked having these 2 blocks for whatever I needed, but sometimes I would just cover them with stickers. And I love this section here because you can use it for one thing every day. And I used it for gratitude, it was a good reminder to practice gratitude every day. Okay, the problem though that I have with this, and like this spread is so cute, I really like this. But the problem I have with this is that my brain thinks of weeks across. My brain doesn't like to think of weeks back and forth like this. And this is the part that made me kind of question using this, just because it was harder to find things. So if I was like thinking, okay, what's Wednesday? My brain didn't automatically go to this block. I mean, I did learn after a while that Wednesday was here, but it just wasn't as lined up and simplified as the vertical. But I loved the to-do list because I could transfer it over to the next week, the things I didn't get done. I just really enjoyed having a to-do list and this. But I decided that even though part of it was working for me, all of it wasn't working for me, the whole thing. So what I decided to do is kind of go back to my roots, but switching it up a little bit. I am going to be using the checklist layout, a classic checklist layout happy planner. So in my opinion, this kind of is the best of both worlds. We have the checklists, not a lot of room to write in each one, which is kind of annoying because sometimes I wrote pretty long on here, like it, I'm going to have to write small in here. I've never used a classic vertical before, so this is brand new to me because I always had the big and there was enough space to decorate, more than enough space to write. I'm not using the big because I'm just not a busy enough person to use the big, at least not right now. So this felt right to me. I have used a checklist layout on occasion. I think I used it in the big, and I really liked being able to categorize my to-do lists. I don't know that I'll do that every week, but it was really helpful to categorize it into like household or phone calls and emails or things to buy, errands, that kind of thing was super helpful. And I'm hoping it will make me more productive. The other thing with this is if I don't have a lot going on one week or don't want to use all the lists, I can cover up portions of it. So I could totally take a decorative box sticker that's like the same size as this and slap it down right on top of it. And then just work with the number of lists I want to work with. Or I could put other stickers on top of it. Now, it's not as flexible decorating wise as the regular vertical because I am stuck with these in the middle, which annoys me a little bit. Now you might say, why don't you just use a vertical layout and then use the checklist stencil to put the lists where you want? I could do that, but I just feel like this is going to be easier in general. And also, I'm so overly focused all the time on decoration and on how am I going to decorate this. And what I need to focus on more is how am I going to get things done. I think it would be most helpful to automatically know where all my lists are instead of putting them around the page like I always did. And especially if I use the blocks for the same categories every week, I think that might be helpful. But it is mainly because I need to be more productive and I find myself becoming really overwhelmed. I have ADHD and I'm easily overwhelmed. So I think this really could help me, even though I'm going to have to sacrifice some prettiness for it. So sometimes we have to do that in life, right? So I am going to use this for the rest of the year, and then I'm going to reconvene at the end of the year, let you know how it went, let you know if I hate it, and I don't have to keep it for the rest of the year, but I'm going to try and just see how it goes because I've never used this before on a consistent basis. So that being said, what I think I'm going to do here is basically keep these dividers. I already decorated my July monthly, so I'm going to leave that divider in. I'm going to take out the pages from here, but I'm still going to keep these dividers. These are dividers from the mom layout. I don't love these either, but I think I like them better than this planner because these are kind of neutral for me. Although they're kind of cute, actually. Maybe I should just take all of it. All right, I think that's easier. I'm just going to take all the sections out of here and put them in here. Now this is getting a little bit tight, and when this gets a little bit tight, I either put expander discs on here and keep it for the rest of the year, or I take half of it out, like take this part out, and then just use this as half, and then I put them together at the end of the year with the expander discs. Right now, it's not too full, so right now I'm not going to do any of that. Probably after July, I'm going to need to do one of those two things. But for now, I think I'm okay. So we're going to take this out. This works best if you do it a month at a time. Any more and it's too difficult, any less and it just takes forever. I am going to keep the white discs in here. I know they look kind of purple next to this. They are white, but I'm keeping them because they match every spread. Again, I really like very neutral discs, but I don't really like the gold ones. So the white is good. So for this first month, I did decorate on the back of a dashboard. So what I'm going to do is just glue this page to that page. I used to do this a lot and just change up the dividers and glue pages together and stuff. But as I have gone on in my planning journey, it became too much work, and I'm always trying to simplify things. So rather than worry about the dividers, I just kind of use what's there because I don't really ever look at the dividers. The only time I see the divider is when I'm like pulling out my currently page. I don't ever look at it, so I don't really care. I used to care a lot. So if you're somebody who cares, I'm not trying to shame you or anything, like you do you. I just, I find that I'd rather have less work for myself and just have dividers that are okay than have a whole other like situation where I have to glue things together, because I really liked this planner, the one that I took the cover off of, a lot, but this one is vertical and it has like that on it. Anyway, I could have, taken the dividers out of here. They're very, very cute, but I don't feel like going through all of that, gluing everything together back to back, makes it thicker and everything. So I'm keeping it simple and just using these. Then maybe next year I'll look out and get one in the layout I want with the dividers that I want. We'll see. I also, obviously try to save money when I can. So since Happy Planner sends me planners for free, I'm very fortunate to be able to get those planners. So I try to use those planners, whether I love the dividers or not. Otherwise, I'd probably be picking out a planner that suits me better. But I'm not going to buy a new planner just because I love like the dividers. Does that make sense? It's not, it's smarter for me to do it this way. Okay. So yeah, this is feeling a little bit tight, but like I said, I'll probably do this for a month and then that's it, really. We're going to be working with the checklist layout the rest of the year. And like I said, I'll update you, let you know how that's going. I already filmed this whole video, but I just got this in the mail and I decided I'm going to put this in my lineup. This is from Archer and Olive. It's called Do It Yourself. It's a collaboration with Steffi Lynn. And it is absolutely gorgeous. It comes in 2 sizes, B5 and A5. I got the B5 size because I just love like a bigger notebook. Let me just show you the difference. So here is an A5. So this is much bigger. I really enjoy the bigger notebooks for various reasons, but look at this. So look at this spine. How cute is that? And it says, "Have a nice day" on the back. This is like so my style that it's crazy. This is probably my favorite notebook from them ever. I just love it. And look at the inside. That is so cool. So it has just white dot grid pages and then a nice red ribbon. And the charm is gold. I just think it's beautiful. And so I decided to add this into my lineup. On my Patreon, we're doing a health challenge for July where we add in a few healthy habits and we have like a chat going to support each other. I'm not telling anybody what to do. It's basically everyone is coming on and sharing what they're doing and how they're tracking it. And then we're there to support each other in case things start to fall off. So it's like a little hype group. Anyway, I thought this would be perfect just to start my healthy habits journey. I have been working on habits a lot this year, kind of behind the scenes, but I haven't done any official tracking of it because the last time I tried to track habits, it just went so badly. Actually, the last 2-3 times. And I didn't really want to make it public. And also I didn't want to make it official by writing things down. I wanted to sort of add in things gently, take it easy. And it's been working for me, but I think it's time to do some tracking. And so now this is going to be where I track that kind of stuff. And I probably will put out a video showing you how I'm doing it, but that will be coming up. Now back to the video. I just wanted to add this in because I got it after I filmed the video, if that makes sense. I'll try to link the planners that I've shown you in this video. And also I do have a new affiliate link for this Hemlock and Oak. So if you're interested in anything, they make other planners as well, just not just dailies. So if you're interested in anything from Hemlock and Oak, I would appreciate it if you'd use that link. And I'll put that in the description box. Okay, so these are my 4 planners for the rest of the year. I'm very excited. I feel refreshed. Do you know what I mean? I really do. Do you guys feel that way when you kind of switch things up a little? Like, I'm ready for the rest of the year. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching and happy July. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.